Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Afrobizgermany. My name is Samson Onoja Itodo, and we have a very special one here today. Please, before we go further, don't forget to like, leave a comment, share, and we need all these actions to keep what we're doing going. We need your support seriously. And with me today, I have Sonny. Sonny is my friend. He's based in Berlin. You've seen him in some of our other podcasts. And today we'll be talking about the influence of aliens in kickstarting the African civilization. We've been hearing all these stuffs everywhere online about how aliens came to kickstart the African civilization. Yeah. But the Western civilization had never been connected to alien influence in any way. So, Sonny, what's your take on this?
Well, I would like to start with the second part where you said as far as with Western civilization.
Yes.
So, why would aliens come to Africa and just basically build up Africa, all of these ancient structures like the pyramids and everything? Why would they do that and then just leave? And when it comes to Western civilization, they don't come back. They don't have any part in it. I think it's nonsensical, and I think that, or actually I know that its roots are in white supremacist views of African civilization. Why? Because African civilization is civilization. There is no civilization without Africans creating, building, mathematics, science, you name it. Africans are the ones who did it first, that created these things. And so when you have people like I wish I looked his name up. I think it's he wrote Chariot of the Gods.
Gods, yeah.
He's one of the people. And
I think I could look him up now. What's his name?
Von Daniken or something.
Von Daniken, yeah.
I got to give a shout out because I did get this jewel from Dr. My Odd Show, because she was the one that brought him up. But basically, the reason why I'm saying it's in this white, it's birthed in the womb of white supremacy is because this whole thing of aliens, it comes from white people coming amongst African structures, and already their mind is warped to the sense that we can't create anything outside of huts and, what we're using bones and things like that. So it's nonsense if you ask me.
Yeah, but what's really crazy to me is, these aliens came to Africa, kickstart this civilization, and created this left images on stones that were African images. left information, and everything that depicts the images and everything shows that this civilization came from these black people. So why would an alien do a thing like that if you can help us out with that?
Yeah.
And they create this image, then every attribute that's supposed to show that we are the creator of this thing is an attribute of the black person. Yeah. So does that means the aliens were black people or what?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question, because, we were actually speaking about that before. You do have some ancient African civilizations that are still in existence today where, they speak about their ancestors coming from the Sirius constellation and things of that.
I think, are you talking about the Dogons?
The Dogon in Mali. Even in what people would say ancient Egypt, which is actually ancient Kemet, they also did ceremonies going towards the Sirius constellation. But I don't want to go too deep into that, because I want to stick to the main reason why you're hearing these topics.
Yes.
And it goes back to this whole white supremacist view. Because when they say aliens, they're not saying African aliens or aliens that look like black people.
Yeah. But the images of the Egyptians that are left in stones and in gold and whatever, they are images of a black man with the prognosis and the nose and everything shows a black person. Even the Sphinx has the face of a black person. Why did the aliens decide to leave that image in representation of themselves? Are they looking like that?
And if they are looking like that, why are the people saying this? Because when they say aliens, what they're doing is they're kind of dog whistling to you that the alien is an image of a big-headed gray or some weird-looking creature.
Yep.
You know, but they don't say. That's why I said I wanted to address this one specific part of it, not necessarily the ancient Africans who said that they had communications and things of that nature with their own family from other galaxies. That's not the part I'm talking about. I'm talking about how you have people that are saying that the pyramids were built by aliens, and when you see the image, they always use like a gray or whatever, you know, but they don't. They never show an image of the people. Like, are the aliens looking like these people? That like was that their way of leaving it in the stone, or is it simply that Africans built it, which is the factual truth? You know, our ancestors were the ones that built these structures.
Even the Benin bronze head. When they came to Africa, they found these things. They said they attributed it also to the aliens.
Yeah.
So and in Benin till there are still people who are still creating this stuff. So are these people aliens? These are the questions and that needs to be answered.
Well, you know, another thing that I want to go into is this. Being that we're talking about this whole alien civilization with it, a lot of people also say the thing of the Anunnaki.
Yes, Bill Cousin is a specialist on that.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I also want to bring that up is because although people speak about the Anunnaki, they don't really go into what exactly did the Anunnaki look like in all of these things, and why would the Anunnaki build the pyramids, and once again, make sure that these images were of black people. All of the images on the walls, all of the structures.
The Sphinx.
Yeah, and let's not only stay in ancient Kemet, because then of course we got to go to ancient Nubia, right? We have to go to the Benin. We got to go to all of these areas. We got to go to South Africa. There's been things found in South Africa. There's remnants of or ruins of ancient civilizations. Zimbabwe. I mean, even when we go into
Ethiopia.
Yeah, Ethiopia.
I think they found a Napta playa in Ethiopia also. So.
Yeah, because that whole area, now remember, it wasn't about borders. So what was even Ethiopia today, it was the Abyssinians. You had like the Aksumite Empire, and these things were not about drawing lines and borders. These were regions. So if these are regions, the people that are in these areas today, you know, they were all throughout the region, because it wasn't like, oh, all right, if I cross this border, I'm no longer Ethiopian.
No, it was an open border anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's very important to keep these things in mind, that you have all of these civilizations within Africa, and then also these civilizations that are in Asia, some in Europe, North and South America, because of course they also say that the pyramids in South America and some of that are in North America, the mounds, that these are also aliens.
You know, like, because like, take for example the Olmec head right now. You're seeing the face of a black person there, really gigantic, with the nose, broad nose, and then everything that proves he's a black man. And I even saw an archaeologist, a renowned, I've forgotten the name, a well-renowned archaeologist, once was saying, yeah, the nose and the lips are like that because the tools they were using was not sharp enough. And I was like, what's happening here? What's going on? This is crazy. If an intellectual of this nature could say a thing like this, does white supremacy make the people become stupid?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because I don't understand how you, a man of such intellect, because you want to put people down, you make yourself look more ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know what to me, one of the sad parts about it is, because they are allowed to say the most ridiculous things simply because of systematic white supremacy. So you can say something that is extremely ridiculous, and all of the other scholars just look the other way and don't say anything, and the the scholars that do come out and say, well, this is ridiculous, they get shunned and they don't get funding for their projects and things. And that is also, not to segue into the other part of dealing with the archaeology just yet, but that's also another issue, because you have a lot of people that are digging up and finding a lot of forms of information that prove that blacks were the ones who built this stuff, but it's being shunned. So, and also, like how I said, just how you have that whole organization of people that are doing it on the archaeological era, then you have these people that are coming in with this so-called new age and this and that with the aliens and everything, but it all goes back into systematic white supremacy, because at the end of the day, it's sci-fi. They don't want to see black people.
But what is the impact of all these lies on the society, on the future generation?
Well, as I will say it this way, if the future generations were to continue with the lies, it only puts us in a more dismal state, because these lies, they're not healthy, because then this also that makes a group of people that were the creators of culture, of civilization, cuisine, science, math, and everything. If you leave the main part of the puzzle out, then that is just making people look at that is making people look at the descendants of these people like they have no place here, and so that's very detrimental to everything, if I said it clear,
Well, I want to say thank you very much for this. This is a very important discourse that we just had now. The misappropriation of information and how every African's innovation and civilization is being attributed to be kickstarted by the aliens. And for those of you out there, we want you to continue this discussion on this video. Please like, share, leave a comment. Let's continue the discussion. Thank you very much for this one. Thank you.